We are here to talk about the status of the $2,000 stimulus checks and the stimulus package. The stimulus bill and the government funding bill is being sent to President Trump in Florida. We'll see what happens. We'll see if President Trump signs it or not, or if he vetoes it. Here's the situation. Here's the development. If you've been watching my previous lives or my daily videos, I told you that President Trump has 10 days to act. If he does not do anything, if he doesn't veto, if he doesn't sign it, then it would automatically become law. The stimulus bill would automatically become law after 10 days if Congress does not adjourn. It looks like Congress dropped the ball because they're just delivering the stimulus bill to President Trump now. 10 days, excluding Sundays, that gives President Trump until Monday. 10 days is a Monday. And then the new Congress comes into session on the Sunday, January 3rd. So President Trump, the 10 days, it lasts him until Monday. That means Congress will adjourn before that 10-day allowance. That means if President Trump does nothing, he has the power to effectively kill the bill. Because again, Congress adjourns within the 10-day allowance. So all the power is currently with President Trump. Before, basically, if the politicians gave the stimulus bill to President Trump 1 day earlier, then if President Trump did nothing, it would have been a 10-day lapse, and then the stimulus bill that passed in the House and the Senate, it would have become law. Now they just delivered it to President Trump, the stimulus bill. Okay, let me get moving. President Trump, he made it clear in his video that he is currently not willing to sign the stimulus bill the way that it is currently written up. However, nobody knows, but I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed thing because nobody knows what President Trump is going to do because he can end up having a change of heart and just signing it. The reason why I say that is because that's already happened. On Monday, he said he would sign the bill, and then all of a sudden on Tuesday, he said he would not. On Saturday, I need to remind you of the things that are expiring. On Saturday, the unemployment benefits will lapse. On Monday, the government runs out of money. On New Year's Eve, the eviction moratorium expires. Nancy Pelosi, who is supposedly fighting for the $2,000 stimulus checks, tweeted that she's sending President Trump the stimulus bill to his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Pelosi said, "We urge President Trump to sign this bill into law to give immediate relief to hardworking families." That would mean that we get $600 stimulus checks if President Trump signs off on this. Republican congressmen, so now it's even the Republicans going against President Trump. I mean, that's not news. That's what I've been saying earlier today. Republican Congressman Tom Reed said that President Trump is hurting Americans by delaying the stimulus package. Please let me know your opinions on whether you support President Trump or whether he should sign the stimulus package now. Reed said, "I understand the frustration of the president, but blindsiding folks and doing this at the last second is not conducive because the American people are the ones who lose in this fight. The people who we negotiated this $900 billion for are waiting for this relief. I implore the president, please think of the people." Congressman Reed said that we can work on a bigger stimulus check later. Republican Senator, so another Republican Senator Roy Blunt said that he has no idea. He has no idea what President Trump is going to end up doing. Senator Blunt said that it will be a mistake to try to renegotiate the stimulus bill and the government funding bill. Blunt said, "It took us a long time to get to where we are. I think reopening that bill would be a mistake. The best way out of this is for the president to sign the bill, and I still hope that's what he decides to do." We'll see. We'll see what President Trump decides to do, what he does with the stimulus bill, as well as the government funding bill. The politicians, they're clearly telling us that they have no idea what President Trump is going to do. They're saying that they are in the dark. The Republican leaders and the Democratic leaders, they continue to play the blame game when they literally both don't show up for work. I'm talking about the House leaders, what happened this morning on Christmas Eve. Kevin McCarthy is the leader of the Republicans in the House of Representatives. Here's Kevin McCarthy's official statement. Americans have needed relief from the coronavirus and lockdowns for months. House Republicans have attempted to pass relief over 40 times, but each time, Speaker Pelosi has ignored our fellow citizens, saying nothing is better than something. Worse than that, by waiting days before Christmas, Speaker Pelosi tried to use the American people as leverage to make coronavirus relief contingent on government funding, which includes billions of dollars of foreign aid at a time when there are urgent needs at home. Our government's top priority must be our families, communities, and small businesses as we get through this pandemic and restore our country. We need to re-examine how our tax dollars are spent overseas while so many of our neighbors at home are struggling to make ends meet. That was Kevin McCarthy. This morning, the Republicans, they tried to modify the government funding bill to reduce the foreign aid. However, Pelosi rejected that request. This morning, the Democrats, they wanted to bring up the modification of the $600 stimulus check and change it to a $2,000 stimulus check. Because this issue did not have the consent from Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, that one, the $2,000 stimulus checks, that was shot down this morning as well. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, responded by saying, today on Christmas Eve morning, House Republicans cruelly deprived the American people of $2,000 stimulus checks that the president agreed to support. If the president is serious about the $2,000 stimulus checks, he must call on House Republicans to end their obstruction. House and Senate Democrats have repeatedly fought for bigger stimulus checks for the American people, which the House and Senate Republicans have repeatedly rejected. On Monday, Nancy Pelosi will bring forward a standalone bill to give $2,000 stimulus checks. She's going to bring that forward to be voted upon. That will be a full-on vote. Pelosi is calling back all congressmen to vote on Monday. By doing this, all the congressmen will go on record with their votes on whether they support or oppose the $2,000 stimulus checks. But for now, the politicians went home. But technically, Congress is still in session. The congressmen and congresswomen that had the duty to stay behind and run the House today instead of their leaders were Hoyer, Vela, Bayer, and Dingell for the Democrats and Whitman for the Republicans. To summarize the status of the $2,000 stimulus checks, the $2,000 stimulus checks were rejected this morning. The politicians, they tried to do a modification of the stimulus bill through a unanimous consent, a UC, that failed. Now they're going to try to do the $2,000 stimulus checks with the formal vote as a standalone bill on Monday. Until then, we don't know if President Trump is going to sign the bill, whether he's going to veto the bill, or whether he's going to do nothing. Let me know your thoughts because I do read the comments. I saw a variety of comments. I saw people commenting, I have no money, but I still support President Trump's fight for the American people. I've seen other people commenting, I'll just take anything at this point. I've seen the Democrats commenting, I thought I'd never say this, but I agree with President Trump. I saw the Republicans commenting, send the other countries $600 as foreign aid and give the rest to the American people. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I appreciate your support.